This one's a little bit wild. So I'm gonna do a flat-nosed silicone baitfish, and it's the design is simple. It's just tail and then body, or tail and head. But the execution seems extremely difficult, and so I'm a wee bit nervous. But give it a go. We'll start by tying in our bucktail tail, and I think for our colors, we'll do something over white, um, maybe olive over white. Where's the olive? Yeah, here we go. Here's some olive. We'll do olive over white, and again, we're hoping for the best here. My expectations are pretty low. Pull out the shorts and measure it out. That looks good. Trim it up. Tie it in. Just tying that on the top of the hook, and then we'll do white underneath. Need a bit longer white. Here's some longer white. Okay. Even out the ends there. And then pull out the shorts. Measure it out. That looks good. Clean up the ends. All right. Tie that in on the bottom. I think this pattern is used primarily for saltwater, but I'm hoping to use it for freshwater, for largemouth bass. But maybe it'll go to the saltwater box after. I'm not sure. Alrighty. Maybe a couple pieces of flash on each side. I like the lateral scale. I think you get a lot bang for your buck with the lateral scale. So we'll do 2 pieces on each side. And tie in the lateral scale. Pieces on each side. Okay. There we go. So tail section's done. For the foam, so there's going to be foam and there's going to be silicone. And then there's going to be material placed into the silicone. I've seen some people coat the silicone first and then add the material. I saw someone tie in the silicone or tie in the foam and then add the material. It doesn't seem, I don't think you need an exact circular cylindrical piece of foam, because you mold the silicone and you mold the face. But I was thinking about kind of curling a piece of foam up and then either slitting it in or gluing it. I didn't want to do like a crease fly style. So I think I'm gonna try to rig up a little piece of foam. This is just 2 mil white. The fly is not meant to be a top water. It's meant to be subsurface. If you added more foam or thicker foam, I think you could make it top water. But that's not what we're going for today. So we have a little glue on the foam. I'm just going to start rolling it if I can get it started without getting too much glue on my hands. There we go. I'm just rolling it. And making a little, like a cigarette butt end. You can see like a cinnamon roll, making a little foam cinnamon roll. Now we got to attach the cinnamon roll to the hook. And I was thinking some people kind of tied it in. Hey, we could try that. I made my cinnamon roll a little bit too long. I'm gonna cut off 2 millimeters. But I think I want to slit. Oh, now my cinnamon roll's coming undone. I guess we'll have to tie it in now. This is not good. So now I'm just tying it in. I guess that'll work. Let me come back, try to get this back end down a little bit. Yeah, I guess that'll work. It's not rolling. I guess that's what we want. Now we tie off. I left a little space between the in front of the eye of the hook because that's where we manipulate the silicone. Okay. So that's it for the tying. Now we have our silicone, very cheap one. We're just glooping it on here. I have a little cup of water, and then I have tissues as well. I really don't want to make a huge mess, but we'll add the silicone on to the fly. This is just clear home improvement silicone. Okay, and it's on there. Then we moisten the fingers and we try to work. Oh, it's kind of like a Vaseline. Work the silicone around the fly. We got a lot on the eye of the hook. Now we're starting to get it onto the bucktail. This is crazy. Yeah, I think everything is well covered. No wipe. Comes off the fingers pretty easy. That's good. All right. Now, even wilder, you have to set the material onto the wet silicone. And I think you can trim up. It doesn't have to be exact. You can kind of trim everything. I'm trimming the ends there, but I guess you just set it in, kind of set it down onto the silicone, which seems pretty crazy to me. Okay. It's setting in there. Some of it doesn't want to stick. I guess I need to add more silicone, but well, I guess that's good enough for the first round. And then we'll do the belly section with some white. Here's some white. Excuse me. I'm super jet lagged. Not in the best condition for this time. And we place the white onto the silicone. And let it disperse and kind of mush it in there. Okay. I imagine now you add more silicone to cover everything up. This is more arts and crafts than fly. I guess all fly tying is arts and crafts. So. Okay. More silicone. I'm going to add it to my finger and not directly on. I think that'll be smarter. Or maybe if you had like an applicator, maybe that would be better. Holy mackerel. And then now it's picking up the bucktail. This was not a good idea. But if you kind of stroke it in there, the bucktail stays. Very nice, very nice. Let's get a little bit more. And massage it in. And we'll get a little bit more. And massage it in. Maybe if I did like two finger strokes, that would be better. But yeah, it's kind of coming together. So there are little patchy spots, but I'm not. I think it'd be too stressful to try to cover them up. So I think I'm gonna just let it live with it. I'll just try to mush a little bit more in there. When you're mushing, that bucktail sliding around. Yeah, so kind of holding it with one hand and then mush with the other seems to work best. All right. That's it. Now we have to try to get a good finish. The silicone comes off relatively easy. So I have some strays. I don't know. I'm kind of tempted just to try to cut them out, but I think what I have to do is I've got a pair of chopsticks here. I think what I have to do is flatten them. Oh, that's not working. Yeah, just kind of flatten the face. Guess we'll have to trim that out later. It takes about 30 minutes for the silicone to dry and then 24 hours for it to cure. I think before you would add any eyes or do anything else, you would need to, or like kind of cleaning out the face, you needed to let it cure completely. So I think this is all I can do. But that is a flat-nosed silicone fly. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else I can do to it with the silicone being wet. The reason why we did all this, we wanted a flat face uh, on the baitfish without, normally you would use deer hair. Having a flat face for the fly gives it movement, gives it erratic movement. And I think, well, then the front of it is completely, I guess you could color that with a magic marker. Uh, I don't know. Those saltwater guys are all about the silicone. I think I might be. Yeah, we'll see how it turns out. We'll have to do a part two. But that is the silicone flat face. We'll end it there. Thank you so much.